This version of Godzilla looks like what would happen if Minoru Suzuki were turned into a kaiju. Currently, the film has a 39% critic score but an 87% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, if you care about that kind of stuff. I've seen several critic reviews, and while I understand their problems with the film, I disagree with what most of them have to say about what they feel the flaws are in the film. What type of film are you expecting? If you want a little comedy, good acting, and awesome monster battles, then I figure you'll be happy with this movie. Do you want the opposite of the 2014 film, or do you want more of the same? The main criticism for the 2014 film was there wasn't enough monster action, and Godzilla in particular. The main criticism for the 2019 film, there's too much monster action. I think there's just enough. If the film had less monster time and more focus on the humans, then it would be overkill. Every monster film needs to have humans in it in order to have some relatability for the viewer, but too much of them makes the film feel unbalanced and defeats the main purpose of a monster film. I think there is some really good acting in the film. While I feel the villain's plan is a bit mad, I do understand their motivation. Also, giving Ken Watanabe more to do in this film was a very good decision. The acting in general I feel is better in this film than in the 2014 film. I had my suspicions on to why, but after seeing Godzilla's 2014's director Gareth Edwards' follow-up, Star Wars Rogue One, I feel he's more to blame for that than the actors themselves. The action was really good in this one. An issue I had with the 2014 film was Godzilla kept playing peekaboo. In 2014, whenever he'd appear, he'd start to do something, and then the director would cut away to another scene, and we wouldn't see him for a while. Now, I understand that this was done to increase the anticipation for when we see Godzilla actually do something, but it came off as more frustrating than anything else. It got me thinking that maybe the director isn't good at shooting action. After I saw King of the Monsters, I watched Chris Stuckman's review on it. He didn't like the film, but what I found interesting though was near the end, he said that Godzilla King of the Monsters had some similarities to the 1998 Godzilla film. I disagree. Godzilla King of the Monsters is better and isn't a slap in the face that the 1998 film was. Emmerich and Devlin were paid to make a Godzilla movie, but they didn't want to make a Godzilla movie, and so they didn't make a Godzilla movie. They found the concept of a monster film silly, and they didn't want to have two monsters fighting out. You know, the entire point of a monster movie. For a Godzilla film to work, there needs to be a human element, but not too much, and a good amount of monster on monster action. The film also has to feel that there's a natural disaster going on, or an end of the world scenario. The audience should see Godzilla and Mothra on occasion as a chaotic good. There should be a sense of awe and fear when we experience the monsters and Godzilla in particular. This film had all those things, and that's why I think this is a really good movie. So if you like a lot of cool action and maybe a bit of a crazy plot and some silliness, then this film is for you. If you want something ultra serious and has to have great acting, great plot, and very little monster action, then this isn't for you. Here's some random thoughts that were going through my mind as I was watching the film. Vera Farmiga's character apparently went bonkers after the 2014 Godzilla movie. That moment when you realize that the secret life of pets will make more than Godzilla King of the Monsters. Hell, Dark Phoenix might make more than Godzilla King of the Monsters. Great monster fights. The only thing missing is a gravity-defying dropkick by Godzilla. The villain's plan in the film is bonkers, but is it any worse than any previous Godzilla movie, especially the 1970s ones, where most of the villains were aliens that wanted to take over the Earth or destroy Japan? Mentions of Skull Island and Kong pop up just to let you know that he exists. It comes off as, see, we mentioned him, get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Based on the film, the real villain is man, or rather, woman. The villain's plan is nuts. In order to save the world, we must destroy it. Did they graduate from the Ra's al Ghul School of Villainy? I like that the filmmakers didn't have the villains be the only cause for the Titans waking up. The Monster Zero reference made me happy, along with the Oxygen Destroyer reference. I'm glad Ghidorah's origin here is the same as previous films. He's a three-headed golden planet-destroying space dragon. Unlike in Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, his origin is still vague, and that's probably the best way to go. This is the best soundtrack I've heard in years. It respectively updates the monster's theme. Godzilla's possibly even better than the original. I need to listen to it a few more hundred times just to make sure though. Also, at the end of the film, they play a new version of Go Go Godzilla, and they end the film by playing the original Godzilla theme by Akira Akafume. Now, based off the end credit scene, Titans may go away for years, but they never truly die. I really like how the Titans, the surviving ones anyway, react to Godzilla, which makes me think even more that this version was really based off of Minoru Suzuki. He is the king of the monsters after all. Per the credits, I guess the villains were proven correct. The world gets better with the Titans around. Before seeing the film, I thought the plot was going to be that various countries were going to use the Titans as their own personal weapons, pretty much like the Jinchuriki in Naruto. Well, until chapter 699 anyway. Per the filmmakers, Kong will have a chance against Godzilla in 2020 because he'll be way bigger than he was in Kong Skull Island. I figure he will also have a chance since he's faster and uses weapons. I do wonder, will he be able to channel electricity like in past films? I mean, it would help since that's one of Godzilla's main weaknesses.